This is AQA GCSE Coordinated Science Chemistry Component Higher Paper 1 from June 2018, and this is question 3, and it's also a GCSE 6 marker. So take a look at it, see how you've done, and we will review when you're ready. First thing to do is note down how the marks are allocated, and it depends on whether you're a level 3, a level 2 or a level 1 question. And for this you need all of the relevant points, detail and logical linking for level 3, down to level 1 where points are identified and stated but there's no clear relevance and you're not really linking things together in a logical way. Now the question itself, we are asked about a method to prepare pure crystals of copper sulfate. So we're going back to one of the required practicals that you will have attempted within school. It's then about going through and trying to work out where the person who wrote that method has gone wrong. So, in the first instance, we're making copper sulfate, but they talk about adding hydrochloric acid. Now, hydrochloric acid would make a chloride salt. So we use sulfuric acid to make sulfate crystals. Similarly, we are making copper sulfate, but they have spoken about using calcium carbonate. That would make a calcium salt. So we can explain that we're going to use a different carbonate. As we carry on moving through, they talk about adding one spatula and then stopping and continuing with the rest of the experiment. But that means that only a tiny amount of the acid would have reacted and we'd get very little solid salt after we'd evaporated it. So, as you will hopefully remember from the required practical, you continue adding the solid until the reaction stops, until it's in excess. Now, because you do that, you've got to remove the excess solid, and you do that by filtering to remove the excess carbonate. And the final improvement that you could have picked out, they've spoken about heating the solution. But if you heat the solution, you might do that with a roaring Bunsen flame. That could cause it to spit, it could evaporate far too quickly. So you could improve the method by saying you would heat it gently and you would only partially evaporate it, and then let it more slowly evaporate for the final section at room temperature.